Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jemma. I own Handmade Jems and this is our little behind the scenes channel for the business, but it also provides lots of business tips. And today's video is actually another business tip one. It is all about wholesale, private label, bulk orders, whatever you want to call it. So let's get into it. The term wholesale is very common in business everywhere, no matter if it's a small business or a big retail business. And basically it just means you're buying in bulk. So the customer buys in bulk a particular product and sells it at the recommended retail price with all the branding and everything still on it. So I personally sell wholesale or bulk orders to a lot of different people. I sell to hair salons, I sell to cafes, to businesses, also to sporting teams. It basically just means they're supporting your business and they're making a big order to sell in their store or use within their store, but they are keeping the branding on of your product. That is the most important part of wholesale. There is another term called white label or private label, which basically means that products are manufactured by a third party and then sold as another business or under another brand name. For instance, I will sell wholesale to a shop and they will sell my products after they bought it for a discounted rate at the recommended retail price, gain that profit and keep my tags on, everyone's happy. White label or private label is something a little different, and that is similar sort of thing. They will still buy in bulk, they will still get a discount, but they don't have my tags on it and they will brand it as their own. So I sell both of these and it just depends on what the customer wants. Most of the time I do sell wholesale. White label I don't sell as much, but there is different terms and different contracts I do for both. In this video I will be going over your basics of wholesaling. So white label is very similar to your wholesale basics and I will interchange the terms, but this video is all about wholesaling as I have had a lot of questions about it and just a lot of messages asking, you know, what you do for this, what you do for that. And so I thought I would make a big video just explaining what I do, remembering everyone is a little different, everyone has different processes, but this is just what I have found works best for me and just some tips that I really believe in really help within the wholesale business. So first off, wholesaling needs to have a wholesale catalogue. So a wholesale catalogue is basically just a book or a PDF, whether it be printed or on your computer, and it basically just has information about you as a brand. So I always have like my logo, your brand colors and everything, and I always just have a front page where it has information about me as a person, as a business owner, as well as my brand, how it came about, similar to the About Us section on your website. You then have information regarding how to contact you, how to go about wholesale, and then it's your wholesale catalogue. So basically it includes the products that you're wholesaling, not all of the time, but most of the time it will have your wholesale prices, and I just find it a lot easier to have wholesale prices on there. No need for hassle with going to and from the emails, so I just include the prices, the wholesale prices, as well as the recommended retail price, and then a minimum order quantity, which is very important in wholesale in my opinion, as well as any other information you might need to use. So for instance, for mine, I always make sure that I make the potential retailer know that my scrunchies are made with snagless hair ties, meaning that they hold their shape a bit better and they're a little bit unique compared to your normal scrunchies, which are just made with elastic. So always find ways to incorporate your business and why your business stands out, why they should go to you compared to a scrunchie business down the road, and really just put forward what you've got and what you've got to offer. Make sure that you try and just display your brand as well as possible in this wholesale catalogue. I personally have gone through a fair few wholesale catalogues for my own brand. I started off with just a really basic one on Word years ago and it was not very good looking back at it, but you have to start somewhere. So making sure that you just have the basics, the about you, how to contact you, what the wholesale process looks like. So, you know, what's the turnaround time? What do they have to expect? Is there any terms and conditions? What's the shipping cost or shipping policy? Do you have a return policy? I personally don't take returns on any of my products because they are hair accessories. It's for hygiene reasons, but if you do take returns, what's your policy? Your shipping policy, obviously, do you pay shipping, do they pay shipping, etc. And just your general terms and conditions. So for instance, mine would be they have to keep the tags on if they're wholesaling. I definitely suggest to make one and keep it and save it as a PDF on your computer. So I personally made mine on Canva. I'll pop a little photo here or a couple of photos of just a few pages. As you can see, I have used my brand colors, my brand logo. I have lots of photos, which photos are really important. You want to make sure that your customer or your potential retailer knows that this is how they can display their products in their shop. This is what it looks like. This is what they need to expect. And that quality is going to be the quality that they get. Making sure that it all ties in together. Now you have your wholesale catalog down pat. What do you need to do now? Customers. You need to work out who is your potential wholesale customers. So I personally first started by reaching out to a whole heap of businesses within my niche. So my niche, obviously being hair accessories, was originally hair salons, so hairdressers, and shops that stocked all of those sort of things. I've since found a different sort of niche, still going, connecting with it, but with other cafes and everything that support women in business and those sort of things. So finding your niche is really important, and not just cold contacting them and just saying, hey, wholesale from us. That's not going to work. Then they're just going to ignore you. You want to build a customer base and build a connection with the brand. So the ways to go about this might be, if it's a cafe, go to the cafe, you know, connect with them on social media, comment on their posts, go to the cafe regularly, support them, make it known that you love the brand and you love it and you want to work with it. You will sometimes get approached though. So some businesses will approach you and say, hey, I would like to wholesale from you. What do you offer? And you go from there. So you're creating a connection between you and your potential client. Once you have connected with your brand and you have found potential clients, shoot them an email and just explain, you know, hey, I'm wholesaling. I would love to build my wholesale customers and feel you would be a perfect fit. Here attached is my wholesale catalog. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I do feel like these products would suit well in your store or salon. That's kind of your basic way of, you know, your basics, but then add your building blocks on top of that. So add your personalization on top of that and say, hey, I really enjoy, you know, visiting your cafe, or really enjoy the service in your salon. I feel like our brands would suit well and we would partner well together. Now your customer has agreed to wholesaling, but they want to know how they wholesale. If they have it on the wholesale catalog, they understand, but there is different ways you can go about it. The way I go about wholesale is I will send the wholesale catalog to the potential client, and then if they respond and say, hey, I want to order these ones, then I go about this. So with my catalog, I do it a little different. So instead of doing all of my products and all of my individual fabrics and designs, I just do a generalization. So I just do scrunchies are this price and that's what they look like. Wristlets are this price, that's what they look like. And I say that I can offer custom designs and custom colors on request, or it's just whatever is on the website excluding clearance. So that might mean that different patterns and everything, if they're on the website, I just make sure that I have enough quantities of them to be able to make, you know, the amount of product. After I have worked out that I have the right amount, I will invoice them. So I always use Square for my invoicing. I love Square. I use it for my website and I use it at markets with a little square. I love using Square for invoicing. It's so easy, and because it is connected to my website, it's just so simple. So I personally do that, and then I send it to the customer via email with the terms and conditions, if you do have any, with what they have ordered. I give them a 7 to 14 day period where they can pay a deposit. Now I either take a full upfront payment or a deposit. A deposit is all I need to be able to start processing the order, because it secures the order. and it makes it a lot easier. Definitely suggest to take a deposit at least, if not the full amount. Most of my customers will do the full amount straight up just because it's easier and it's less hassle, but some people don't want to do that and would rather do in payment plans, which is completely fine as well, just as long as you take a deposit just to secure the spot. Think of it as you're putting a deposit on a house, exact same with that. So I always make sure that by the time they get the order, it is all paid for. There's no remaining costs that need to be paid, and it just means that everyone is happy and it's just placed as a normal order. I then have them on my email wholesale list. So this just means that anything that needs to be sent to my wholesale customers, I will send to this whole list. And it includes updates of our wholesale catalogue, sales for wholesale, times that might change, you know, on your Christmas periods or your busy periods. I will update them and say these are your cutoff times you have to order by, and all of those sort of things. So I always find ways to connect with my customers and really create a community and like a personal friendship with them, not just have, you know, here's your products, goodbye, we'll never see you again. I want to make sure that that brand loyalty is there and they want to return and they want to support and continue the collaboration and the partnership with using Handmade Jems in their shop. So that is the little process I have for my wholesale. White label is the exact same, except when I process the orders, I just don't put on my tags and they put on their tags. The only real difference I have with white label is just the written agreement. Now there is a few remaining factors that I just feel are important to talk about and discuss regarding wholesale. So the first one is your price. Now I will do a whole separate video in the next few weeks on prices, how to work out your price for normal retail price and wholesale price. Price is really important to just have really consistent. You don't want to be changing prices between all different wholesalers and stockists. You want to make sure that it's consistent. You don't want one finding out saying, hey, you're selling to this person for $1 cheaper than I get. Why is that the case? You want it consistent, just like any other bigger business. As a general basis with pricing, just think of it as it's like Costco. So Costco is advertised at wholesale pricing because you're buying in bulk. That is exactly what wholesale is. So wholesale is simply just buying in bulk at a cheaper price. Normally with businesses, it obviously depends on the business and whether they're big, small, what they stock, etc. But they are normally 30 to 60% off the recommended retail price. You want to make sure that you're still covering your costs and you're still making sure that you are making a profit, and it's not just you're getting your brand name out there, because yes, that's good, but you still want to make a profit. It is business in the end. As I said, I will do a whole another video about pricing and how to price your products, whether it be wholesale, retail, etc. So if you have any questions, please let me know below and I will make sure I will answer those in that video. Having an incentive is also really good to have sometimes. So this might be free shipping over $100 or $200, etc. For wholesale, obviously they're doing it in bulk, so you might want to do this free shipping a little bit higher, whether it be $200, $300. It could also be a free gift. I personally do free gifts for brand loyalty, and that's another thing. So you want your customers to come back and support you over and over and over. Exact same with wholesale clients. So I do a brand loyalty thing. If they place 5 wholesale orders with me, they will get a little thank you gift. It just brings them back and encourages them. Another important factor is different businesses might want packaging to be changed a little bit, and that is okay. So for instance, in my business, we don't use any plastic, but if we did and you wanted to wholesale to a client that was really interested in it, the only thing that was stopping them was the fact that you had plastic. You could negotiate with them and say, hey, I'm willing to change the ways of my packaging with your order if you're happy to. This is what I would offer, do you like this, etc. Always make sure that you have a written agreement just to keep you safe. Work with your client and work with your customer and see, you know, what would they change. Like if there's one thing that's stopping them, it might just be the packaging. It might just be that they want brown packaging over white, or they want white over blue, etc. Or they don't want plastic, or they want plastic. There's so many different things and different ways to potentially pick up different clients as well. Wholesaling is, as I said before, really important just to connect with your niche. So I wholesale to even sports teams and, you know, footy clubs and everything. They love the footy coloured scrunchies. So think of ways outside the box to wholesale and connect with people that you wouldn't normally connect with, because it might provide you with new and different opportunities. There's always ways to improve and grow within your business, and that is included in wholesale. Second last thing is make sure you post on social media. Yes, you want to make sure you have your regular clients buying your individual orders. A lot of people won't know that you offer wholesale, and you could be missing out on some very good opportunities. So make sure that you just post. You do Insta stories, you do videos, you do posts, you do emails, all sorts of things, just to let people know that, hey, I do wholesale. If you would like to wholesale, contact me. Post on Facebook groups, on notice boards, all those sorts of things. Get your name out there and make sure that people know that you wholesale and there is an opportunity there, because a lot of people need something right there and then for them to say, oh yeah, I actually want that, for them to actually go through with it. The final thing is wholesale doesn't suit everybody. You need to make sure that you can justify it. You don't want to be losing money. You don't want to be losing profit. You want to make sure that you can justify the time, the effort, the costs, everything that goes into it. Yes, wholesale is amazing, but it does also mean that it's a bigger quantity of items. So instead of having, you know, 5-10 items per order, you might have 500 to 1,000 items per order, plus or minus. It is a very big thing to consider, and although it's great, it does not suit everybody and doesn't suit every business. It suits me with only some of my products because I can easily make them in bulk. It doesn't take me too much more time. So that is all I've got for today. I really hope this video has helped kind of clear up a few questions regarding wholesale and what it is, white label, etc. But if you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help and answer, you know, my views on this, and I will do some more videos in the future on tips and tricks with business. So if you have any ideas, also let me know. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you next time. Stay gorgeous.